welcome back to session 32 of Into the Unknown with GM Jeremy. Jeremy, take it away.
Hello. It's been a while. With the holidays and this sickness that has rampaged at least the southeast and a good bit of the state. I don't know. We've had a time of it, trying to get back together. I don't know if y'all know, but with this sickness, a lot of people, elderly, are in the hospitals and such. So my father-in-law, he's been in the hospital for going on 2 weeks and such. There's not as bad as COVID, but definitely, it's been wrecking some stuff. And like I said, mostly with the elderly. So just kind of keep that in mind. You know, anybody who's been sick for a while, they might actually have been sick for a while. That being said, our adventurers, I think you're in the Grove. Yeah. We haven't left the Grove yet. You assassinate. I mean, we took care of the witch. We dealt with. That was the terminology that was used.
Yes.
Yeah, we dealt with.
It could mean anything.
Cerebella Fina, problem child that she was. Future of the Grove. It seems that as we put pieces together from our stories, it seems that she has claimed that she assassinated her father. Did she tell that too? Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Have you shared that with everybody else yet?
Nope.
Okay. My apologies. We are actually sitting in the tree, contemplating its future. Did we choose which ones y'all wanted? We did. The collection of adventures, the
book of
wisdom, and
the upgrade to the lab.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's been a moment. Sorry. So with the upgrade to the workshop, and a flow of energy comes over the tree, and you see green and white lights float off from the cocoon above you and descend upon Jade. She giggles and laughs a little bit and then touches her belly. Yeah, another child. And she kind of coos and crawls, goes over to her little nook in the tree and curls up and closes her eyes. The vines wrap around her and she snuggles in and falls asleep. Kind of humming to herself almost.
Yeah, Callum's he's gonna wander outside.
With this, the vines kind of retract and go up into the cocoon, and you hear banging and clanging up in the workshop. But before that, the door shuts and locks. You hear an audible click of a lock, and then you hear banging and clanging, much like before when the tree was putting together an artifact, such. Jade had mentioned offhandedly to Banthor that he would be receiving a helm as soon as all the pieces were put together. Let's see. You had put some artifacts upon the table that were quickly snatched. Magical items and an odd artifact that Ashura had picked up in the temple factorium. It's a square tablet of some sort, made of metal and other material.
Which iPad version was it?
Yeah. That's the latest i2033. I don't know.
Man, you got to take out a second mortgage to pay for one of those.
So yeah, those things have been happening. I just touch up on a few things here and there. Oh, Banthor, are you still in your glorious bear form? The what did we call that?
No, I believe I shaped out of that at one point.
Okay. Yeah. So don't forget that Banthor has a I don't know what you want to call it, a super bear form. His bear form has evolved. There we go. Second stage Pokemon or whatever. Oops. Not Pokemon. No, not that. Sorry. But something similar.
Digimon.
Ouch, creatures.
I want to get copyrighted.
You're right. Sorry about that. I was just,
Saying the name's not going to do anything, as long as we're actually doing the actual thing. Saying the name's fine.
Yay! Oh, that being said, we are still in the Lightning Crashes chapter, finishing up the remnants of the assassination. I mean the removal of Cerebella and the witch. Ariane. So we don't have to worry about the evil druidess, and well, I guess we don't have to worry about Cerebella Athena anymore. Western has been put in isolation, though he seems to be better. He, is still under watch and such, saying that he doesn't remember what has been transpiring over the last week. Pretty much ever since he got a hold of the dagger.
Now, did you say is it the workshop that's locked right now? Because making a helmet? All right.
Yeah. Well, it's upgrading and working on the helmet. So, both of those. So there is a odd-looking chair. Now in the trophy room with small little booklets of information that you can read through and gather new skills and abilities. Basically, it halves your training time if needed. The unfortunate part about it is you will have to come back and download that information. So it may or may not help all the time. But let's say you can do some prerequisite training. So if you have some downtime, you can okay, I'm going to do some training for the future. And then when the future comes, if you're near the tree, boom. Or if you're out in the wilderness, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to use that training, so I have to train here. But I do have training for the next time I level up. So whatever you stack on will help in any fashion. I'm not going to, totally try to rob your agency or the abilities and such. So any training that you do, okay, I'm going to spend a downtime day training in the books. And then when you get back, whatever it, if you have a level up or whatever, it'll work towards that. So, don't think it's wasted, shall we say. So this is basically going to be able to cut out a lot of training if you are able to make it back to the Grove for that training.
So what you're saying is we need to set up a way to teleport straight back to the tree whenever we're out, so we can.
I mean, there's that, So, reducing travel time, of some sort would be an advantageous thing.
All right, so I won't be able to get teleport until later on. So.
But it's in the cards.
It's in the cards. I'm close to teleportation circle. You have to do that.
Is that a 4th or 5th?
That's a 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, teleportation circle is 5th. The teleport spell is 7th.
7th, yeah. So, let's see. Xanthor, you're level 7. Asha, you're level 7. Kellum, 7. Maxi's a 6 right now. And Necra is a 7. And Zorn, you're 7. Okay. Maxi has been allowed entrance into the tree. She's been kind of hanging out in the background, looking at all the history, and just not really participating in the actual decision of what's next. She's just catching up. She will come over to Necra every once in a while and y'all been busy kind of thing, or the tree is much more powerful than I thought, you do notice every once in a while that she continues to try to pick the lock on the warehouse, on the workshop and such. Gotcha. So you've turned over that stuff of Kellum to Kellum. Make sure I talk about Kellum.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Kellum. Kellum to the blacksmith and such.
You have it right this time.
Come again?
You got it right this time. Right character, right game.
The character, so he's going to, with his son's help, start mending some of these weapons that are able to be mended. If not, he's going to slag them and just reforge. But he's going to try to mend first and then go from there.
Okay.
So he'll take all of those if you want. That's basically that's what I assumed. Or were you going to try to trade them in for stuff?
He would like to get some supplies to be able to take out with us. And since the Grove, I know the Grove had the influence things, but I'm still a little bit hazy on the trade.
Gotcha.
Economy side of it.
So the blacksmith, says that he'll deal with the, reconstitution. I don't know, fixing the weapons and such.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll actually, since the defenses are down from before, that having the maze spell and other things that protected the Grove, those aren't in effect. a lot of people are feeling, vulnerable, and they're starting to talk about setting up more patrols and things like that. Weaponry is going to be, a key thing. So the blacksmith tells everybody that y'all have brought these weapons in, and everybody is elated. And he says, in return, the adventurers will be going out soon. So Kellum and his fellow wardens will maybe asking you for supplies in the coming days. So be generous if you could. So many people in the crowd are grateful that you brought these weapons that could be easily and quickly disseminated amongst the populace. So many of them, say, anything you need, come, and we'll try to, help you out as much as possible.
Okay. Then real quick, Kellum will, having heard that and understanding, he's kind of got earned the group some credit at the different vendors/merchants.
Right.
He'll try and take a poll of the group of inventory as far as things like healing potions, food rations, and that kind of thing, and then go back out to try and gather what he can to kind of top us off before we head back out. So out of character, you guys can send me in Discord or whatever what you have, what you'd like to get, and then I'll compile that together and get back with you, GM.
Okay. When you come in and talk to them and so on, and then when you go back out, you notice your cart has been replaced with a proper cart.
Oh, yay!
Made out of only a few pieces of wood, that have been bent and molded and such. So it's very sturdy, though lightweight. There are no fastening tools used. It's all groove, tongue and groove, and the vines wrapping around, the trees wrapping around each other, creating torque and such like that.
Oh, so it's a vine-wrapped cart.
Well, mostly, the vines, there's some and stuff like that, but most of it is tongue and groove. So it's all very well, put together. And the tree trunks, and such would be bent in certain ways to create torque against each other. So not needing fasteners of, metal or anything like that
So
for fastening.
Did the tree do this, or did the village do this?
You recognize this as one of the local carpenters' work and such. So nobody's standing there going, "Hey, I brought this to you," but where your wagon stood, now this stands.
Okay.
It's light enough that a person could haul it, but it is also set up that a beast of burden can also be utilized.
All right. I'll have to find one eventually. Last time that didn't go too well.
Through some of Maxie's questions about the history of the tree, Zorn has found some familiarity or similarities, and he then talks more in detail about what has happened to him. This being the history that he wrote up recently, yesterday, I believe. So where is that?
It's an in-game chat.
Oh, thank you. That's right. All the other stuff stopped me from seeing it. That's what it is. So if you haven't read that, Mung basically, talks a little bit about what has happened to him more directly. So this way we won't have to torture Mung or Zorn, with such a long diatribe of history there. Since Mung doesn't like to talk much, I'm sorry, I'm just picking on you, boss. So basically, he, tells his story a little bit, so y'all can now, in game respond to that if you'd like. So. So basically,
Zorn.
Yeah, go for it.
Seems like you've been through a lot, Zorn. I'm sorry that happened, and do what we can to. How's anybody left, and perhaps we can clear out that undead town. That might be a place that they could rest until we can get them in here.
Yeah, if we go back, you guys are going to have to prove you're not hostile. And that's probably going to take a while, but after the priesthood trusts you, we should all be good. It will be very, very good to have a place to stay. It'll be better it will be a lot better if somebody actually finds the heart of the forest, but who knows how that'll play out.
Yeah, that'd definitely be the best case scenario, but contingencies do often need to be made.
What's the number one rule, the golden rule of the wasteland?
You shall always get sidetracked.
Right?
A little bit more vulgar than that, but the sentiment's the same.
Appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
I believe I'm about ready to head out as soon as Kellum gathers supplies, and then we should probably head back to the undead town. What do y'all think?
We're not heading out yet.
Yeah, and kind of silly-ish idea that just occurred. If one were to go wandering off and make friends with a local potential beast of burden, what would be available?
Oh, excuse me.
Question.
Sorry, I had to burp. I had a burp there, so my apologies for the delay. So direct descendants of the stag are large, deer and such. So you could find a large stag that could, help with that. Jade did mention that there are 2 eggs that are about ready to hatch. And has described one of them to be a possible beast of burden, though she is unfamiliar with what the other one will be.
Alright.
So she says basically, the energies of individuals help. What's the word? Influence what the egg will turn into. So recent events may influence what this other egg will turn into. They have been nurtured by Jade, and the Manicore pup. So yeah. No telling. It may take a day or two for the beast of burden egg to hatch, but it is imminent and such.
How convenient, considering we still need to take a day or two. If I recall, Kellum needs a day for his training and download stuff, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
So yeah, you do need to spend a day, and I'm guessing, oh no, just Kellum.
Just Kellum.
Kellum
And
No,
Yeah,
I took Warlock.
Oh, right. Okay.
Usher was going to take that day to read in the wisdom book and get the first day on the first chapter.
First wisdom.
Yeah, first wisdom. Right.
Right. I'll tell you at the end of the day.
Okay.
Cool. Banthor, in or out of character, would you describe what your subclass in Warlock is?
Yeah, so I went with the Book of Shadow. It's been a
Oh,
while
you
since I
mean
pulled it up.
you mean the pack boon, not subclass.
Yeah, Pack Boom.
You took the pact of the town,
Yes, Back to the Tome. Thank you.
which gives you the Book of Shadows.
Yes. So, say as I sat there and meditated on, what I've learned and everything, if GM allows, I just notice a book on the table and pick it up and, oh, that's useful. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good. I'm gonna tuck that in my back.
It'll be given to you like a vine comes down and hands you this book.
Good to see somebody else enjoys that particular invocation.
So, I would assume that you're gonna switch out one of your invocations for Book of Secrets.
Yes. So that has been done. Sorry, I did a lot with this, and it's been like a month. So yeah,
Oh,
I did.
yeah. No
Book of
worries.
Secret. I swapped out. I used to have the I can understand any writing. That's what I swapped out for the Book of Secrets.
You took away Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Yeah, but I use the Book of Secrets to get comprehend languages as a ritual spell. So pretty
Works
decent
out.
trade-off. I also got identify as a ritual.
Nice.
Alright, and fun thing, if you want, we can look for spell books of pretty much any class.
Of every class, they can do rituals.
Yes.
You can pretty much copy every ritual.
Yep.
You heavy breathing.
So, now we have something else we can be looking for. Scrolls and books that contain rituals.
Well, we'll leave that. Anybody else? Anybody else care to talk of their level up? Oh, wait a second. So, I guess Kellum's not there. So, yeah, never mind. All right.
Callum's running errands.
Running errands. My bad.
I think technically I'm not really... Oh, yeah. Picked up an old favorite for, iffy... observant.
Good old observant. Can read lips.
Uh-huh. And
Passive perception is up. Yeah.
And in passive investigation.
Passively, just nothing gets by you now.
Yeah, need alert again, and I...
Soon, let's not try to stack it all at once.
Yeah.
Let's give the GM some time to prepare
What's that?
Oh, there's...
before they stack on alert and observant and all other things, so you can't surprise. You can never be surprised or anything.
Well, depending
Banthor,
on how
I
we
think.
get... Yeah.
Yeah, Banthor's got an alert, I believe.
Yeah.
It's already got alert. Yeah, but now you got two people there. I mean, soon you'll have two.
Yes.
And we just have one in the front and one in the back, and you can never surprise us.
No, right? Talk about surprise. No, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't think of anything I picked up, so...
I mean, going to 7th for Ashura, still going the Divine Sorcerer way. Nothing really to speak of. Got a new spell, 4th level spell, but I'll wait to bust that out when it's needed. It wasn't needed in the last encounter, so I'll just leave it. But certainly it'll be something useful at the right time.
Help me remember. Do we know how to do the ritual to summon the celestial support?
The celestial support.
Did I say it was going to take a couple days or something like that?
Right.
I think I said it was going to take 2 days to figure out how to remove the gem, and then 2 days how to use it.
Yeah, we never got to that. Before we got the deck, we got the stone, the dagger, and when we were going to that is when we had to go back to the group.
Right,
So-
that's when Right.
So we never really got to the... We knew we needed the stone, the goblet, and we knew that there was going to be a ritual process. We never got into the details of it.
So that's going to have to, be something. Multiple people can work on the information. So you'll have to first work on the information of how to remove it. And then after that, you can work on the information on how to complete the ritual.
Okay. And is that information we gather while we're still in the grove, or do we need to go back to the Undead City? Eventually we're going back there to do it, but do we need to go back there to get that information?
No. You have enough information to figure out how to complete the ritual. You do need the stone for that information.
Right. Which we have the stone in the dagger.
Right. I mean, but you need the stone separated from the dagger.
We have to separate it from the dagger.
Yeah.
Which will be a process. Then, question for the group, in or out of character. Do we want to work on separating the stone while we're in the grove, or wait till we get back to the undead city?
Are there possible repercussions of separating the stone? Like,
Yeah, that would be my next concern, because what we know separating it, would it cause any, like Caleb said, repercussions, any feedback?
There's a possibility of some lightning and thunder damage.
Okay, so not in the grove.
yeah.
Right. You could go to like the clearing where you had mock battles with the timber wolf and such. Or go outside of the grove entirely. It will, cause a large, if it does, thunder damage, it's going to cause a large kaboom.
Okay.
Noise-wise and such.
Awesome. Going through, do we know how long it's going to take for the workshop to finish? Did you say that was going to take a day or two? How long? I don't think we actually got a time estimate.
Throwing the question out there, I wonder how long it's going to take. Banthor, you get like you see an image in your head of the sun rising.
By morning. Got it.
Okay. Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah, just absentmindedly. Morning, alright.
I sure rather say, I wonder how long that takes. Or just says, by morning. Okay. That also is convenient. I was asking this since Kellum's out getting supplies. If we wanted to get health potions, and also I think we should probably stock up more on holy water, or if we wanted to wait till the workshop and fix it ourselves. Craft those things.
I got distracted. What did you say? Was that a question to the group or to me? I'm sorry.
Both, kinda.
Okay.
It was asking, do we want Kellum to go out and see if he can barter for health potions / holy water, or do we want to wait till the workshop finish and craft ourselves?
Yeah, the holy water is going to be. Well, I mean yeah.
Yeah, I thought I could do a ritual and kind of
Yeah.
I mean,
just make it that way without the workshop.
We can do the holy water ourselves. And,
that would be something that basically Banthor would need to do in the workshop. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll need some assistance basically from the tree for that. So.
Okay. I think it's good to keep up on our, especially going back to the undead city with holy water, because you never know when we need to try to purify something. Or decontaminate, I should say. Other than that, I don't. Other than standard supplies, rations, things like that. It's nothing else major. Do we want to go to the clearing for the? This would then give us another. Would you say 2 days for us to have to separate the stone from the dagger?
Yeah, if one person is like doing the research, then it's going to take 2 days. If 2 people do research, then it'll take a day.
Okay. So a day or two, if we stay in the grove. Yeah. If we
You could
need to-
also be doing that for during travel, if you wanted, So
Oh, okay. We can do it during travel. It's not a stationary thing. To do. Like,
no.
stay in one
Yeah.
place.
No, you basically just like reading, examining, trying different things, ideas. Okay, I think this is what we're gonna do. Kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha. Just asking these questions. We have all the info. So far, Kellen's gathering stuff. We're gonna take a day for his training, like reading, wisdom. The egg will hatch in a day. The lab or workshop will finish by the next day. Are we set that we're going to leave once we're done with that stuff? Or are we going to take any more time in the village?
I'm waiting to hear back on some armor changes that Kellen is trying to make, so I'll may or may not ask to extend our stay.
Which is fine, because if we're going to extend the stay, then we can, Asha would be fine with going ahead and doing the research on removing the stone after she's read for the day.
Yeah, the wisdom.
I'm waiting on a weapon. I think the bottle is blacksmith.
You're still waiting on your sword and dagger combo, aren't you?
Yeah, scimitar and dagger.
Is that
Working
the
that for
weapon I was
blacksmith
putting
at
on
the
hold?
bone.
If you were asking me about Banthor's weapon, GM, then Banthor's weapon takes priority. I thought you were talking about the Grove weapons.
I was talking about the Grove weapons. I had forgotten about Banthor's.
Again?
It's gonna pop in. Hey, is my sword done? Who are you?
Who are you?
Hey, that scimitar, the scimitar what?
That Warhammer's just spider webs collecting dust.
It's like, oh, that's what that was sitting over there for.
At least you got your shield. The new shield.
And I think I'm still waiting on the shield too.
No, really? No.
I think so. I had my shield was reinforced, so it's no longer broken. But there was that special metal shield. I don't have that yet.
Yeah, the shield that you put in for him is also still being worked on.
Okay. Because
West America.
the item is created in D&D Beyond, so it's like,
Right, it's created, but it's never been given to him yet.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I've got.
So there's help remind me which item. It's been a month, and I have some memory things going on here. So
It's okay.
is it on Manthor's character?
So I have 3 things that is currently being
Strange
worked on.
metal bound shield. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And the Warhammer +1, or is it no?
No, the
Yeah,
Warhammer was
plus
being
1 was
changed.
the first thing. Yeah, so I gave that to the blacksmith. Break down the metal in there and change it into one. I think it was 1 scimitar and 1 dagger.
One scimitar
wanted
and
to-
a dagger.
Yeah, but I wanted a scimitar to morph into my animal form to enhance it somehow.
Yeah. That was supposed to be the weapon that can meld into when he wild shapes to give him extra damage or give him the effect of the weapon.
An
On
extra
his,
long claw in the same color of whatever the metal is. Good deal.
Okay. So what's his name? Oh no, looking in the wrong place. Grimp.
I gotta have that wrong.
Yeah, Grimp. Who did you say?
I said Volgrim.
Oh.
I don't know where I got it from.
Grimp informs you, tell him that the The shield will be ready tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Shield. And you got that on your character sheet already. All right, good. And then the scimitar and dagger. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. The scimitar is going to be the scimitar. The dagger is what's going to be your other morphine weapon. It's like, you have it in your offhand or whatever, or right before you transform, you put it in your mouth or you keep it held in your hand. When you put it in your mouth, it just kind of, becomes like a metal jaw, almost metal teeth, almost like an insert.
Cool. It melts into his mouth. It becomes part of.
And
part
then
of his teeth.
if it's held in your hand, it's more like a single Wolverine claw that comes out, of whatever palm or hand that you have. Not palm, paw or hand that you have that would come out, like a single Wolverine claw, kind of thing.
Okay. Make sure you note this down. You will forget.
Yeah, I will forget. I'm writing those things. So. Had all the time in the world.
Recorded.
Yeah, I had all the time in the world, and for gore. All right, so scimitar is going to be a +1 scimitar. And then the dagger will be a +1 dagger that will meld with your beast form.
Is this still being worked on?
Yeah, so the scimitar and dagger is what's going to be worked on currently. Shield's done. You'll get the shield basically tomorrow. So when the sun rises, he'll come. Hey, we've been working on this all night. Here you go. Also, the workshop will open, and that'll also be the start of whatever downtime we have. Today we're finishing. Today has been a very busy day. We've taken out, removed problems. We've talked to elders. We've talked to the city, the townsfolk. We've come now into the tree, and we're collecting more trophies for the tree. Now we're talking about the future, what we're going to be doing. Kellen is thinking about taking a blacksmith so he can help finish these projects and such. He's like, is there any way I can make the fire hotter? Sorry. I don't know. Kellum, are you just sitting there with your foot going tap, 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 tap?
No, I'm going to start picking up some irons and some pots to melt metals down into. What's the skill roll I need to make to start doing some of my own forging?
Right? Grump sees, you start picking up tools and such. His son comes over and he goes, you can help me help sharpening these dull blades and such. We can get the rust off of them and see if there's any cracks in the metal.
I shoot daggers at him with my eyes.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Just throw it in there, and it'll heat it up. And then there's a hammer. If you need any help, I'm right here. And Grimp just kind of chuckles behind you as he's continuing to finish up on the the shield and such. So
I start looking for the molds for plate armor.
okay, all right. So you're grabbing your stuff, and you're like, okay,
Yeah. It's like he's
all
wearing
right.
stuff for them. I'm gonna. Kellum's idea is to craft the pieces that is missing from the half plate in order to turn it into full plate before he melts down the half plate to mold it into the full plate. So that if he doesn't get it done in time or he messes something up, he has not ruined what he's already wearing at the moment.
Gotcha. So the composite half plate, basically, that's like your breastplate, basically, right? And it goes, like the half plate. It should be like a shell you're in. I'm assuming, right? Is that what half plate is?
Let me look and see. Half plate. Images. Yeah, so half plate is like your chest and stomach and shoulders, and then full plate is the armors are inside of castles. Nobody's actually in there, just stand up. It's like it.
Right.
Yeah, that's full plate.
So arms, legs, and helm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Obviously, the whole body, from head to toe.
Well, actually, depending on the style, the entire back of the legs and butt, because most people in full plate, unlike fantasy, most of these people actually ran around, were riding a horse while wearing this.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
And
in general, I'm not worried about the minor, or the micro details of. I'm after that AC increase.
The important part is that he wants that AC buff.
yeah, just
Wants that protection.
yeah, just there are certain versions of full plate where basically, aside from your upper thighs, there is no actual protection on your lower half.
I mean, that's fine. It makes me think of Merlin when they wore the full armor. But anyway, besides the point.
Good TV show.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, you can use heavy armor. All right, cool.
Yeah, this character can actually use heavy armor. My other character, like, I want to get an AC boost. He can't because he can't use the armor. This character can. So.
Because you mixed with a class that has to take a lower armor.
Yeah. I found alternatives.
We find workarounds.
Okay.
So it seems like a lot of things we're gonna be here for at least 2 to 3 days getting some things done with. That's what it seems like.
So I suppose, considering the images I found between half and full plate, what Kellen will be doing is making out the rest of, like, the arms, the hands, the legs, and everything else.
Right.
Just
Grimp says, Grimp says, don't even attempt the helm. I'll do that.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's like, I got you, bro.
Yeah. Don't even attempt to do the helm. I'll get you. I'll do that.
How much of my composite metal will this take?
So what Grimp is going to instruct you, basically, even if you turn around and give him daggers, he's like,
I was giving daggers to the sun.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, even if you did that, okay.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that to Grimp. Grimp is like the master forger.
Right. So he says, what you'll need to do is heat up the anvil in the fire and put it over there. Heat up this anvil, put it in the fire, and then also start heating up that big piece. And once you do that, take the anvil and that piece and start molding it. And you'll need those gloves over there because you can't use a hammer and and stuff like that. So
So the large composite metal piece.
Yeah.
Apparently I read that wrong. I had 2 pieces of it, so now I'm down to 1.
Did we use one though? I thought we used one.
For what?
Maybe not. Okay.
We
I don't
used.
know. Maybe.
I had a lot more originally, but I used
Yeah.
a lot to help make what was it, the gauntlets and everything for some of the casters.
Right.
And then we used some of these scrap pieces to do the bound shield for Vanthor last session.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Give me 3 athletic rolls.
3 athletic rolls. Okay. That one's a little low. That's better. Oh no, that looks like a 14 on my screen. On the dice itself, it's like canted a little bit.
Oh, okay. Like it.
Yeah.
Cock dog, gotta love those ones. Okay. So, not terrible. You didn't get under 10. Basically, that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
So you don't, you don't suffer from any exhaustion from doing this and such. Either from the work or the fire, and so on and so forth. So those are through the day. The rest of the day, you're going to be banging metal and doing stuff like that. Do you have any? You've got training downtime though, yes? Or no?
Yeah.
He has a
you get
day.
I need to do a
Okay.
day. I figured the day I was doing the shopping would have done the shopping after my training.
Okay.
In the evening.
Well, today is you're like halfway through this day, basically. So you're going off, rounding up that stuff. And then near the end of the day, you're like, hey, how's the stuff going? And you're seeing like stacks of things. You're like, okay, what do I need to do? You kind of work. Go ahead.
Could this be part of my training? Because I'm doing the fighter training, and this is a strength athletics thing
Ooh.
that you have me doing.
Okay. You continue working through the night. Give me 3 more athletic rolls.
All right. Oh, that's a nice one. There's another
Well,
nice.
look.
Oh, same thing.
All right.
There's a 14.
Okay. All right. With those 2 high scores, I was going to put my the DC at 15, but with those 2 high scores, I'll let the 14 slide.
Okay.
So you spend the night banging on metal, like molding metal, and then finally getting to the point where you can start banging and forming and such metal. Doing this, all day, basically all through the afternoon, evening, and then all night long. You have, basically, yes, done strength training. You pushed yourself towards that, breaking point. Grimp comes back in the morning, and you're covered in sweat from head to toe, and you've, gotten some pretty good forms, for the arms and the legs and such. So he looks at you and he goes, if you continue on this way, you might make a mistake or hurt yourself. You should go rest.
As Kellen puts everything up and he walks by Grimp and says, or puts you out of a job. And he just walks on out.
Oh, I see. You won't put me out of a job, but maybe my son might have to say something about that.
And of course, Kellum has a jovial tone when he says it. He's
Yeah. He kind of, gives you an elbow, as you walk past. One of a friendly little tap, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like, I hear you. So you are going to spend the morning either. So you've done your training, so that's good. And you double tasked and cut out a day of him doing that. And he finished up the shield. So Vanthor, you have the shield in the morning. Anybody else need this afternoon for a task or anything like that?
I mean, if we're not really doing anything, Asha would be probably reading. Go get
Okay.
ahead and start reading.
All right. Gotcha. You can. Let's see. If there's nothing else that you wanted to do, you start reading in the Book of Wisdom, and you find yourself finishing the Book of Wisdom and walking out into the morning sun, and poof, you turn into fire. Never mind. That's a different campaign. Sorry. No. You walk out and you find that it's morning. You've been studying all night without recognizing. Maybe you were so engrossed in the learning and such. Give me a second.
Yeah, I imagine she would. She would have sat there in that chair in the loop.
Yeah, until
just.
I'm looking for the exact of what I'm trying to do. I know where it's at somewhere. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
Did everybody else take a break too?
No, I'm looking for something,
okay.
so they're.
That was way quiet.
Is that it? Here we go. Refresh your character and check your inventory.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Refresh.
So, actually, one of the things aside from running around doing the Tarzan routine,
It is not a physical thing. It just gives you that. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you.
yeah, actually, Necro goes and, like, pokes at Zorn and is like, well, do you wanna, and basically get out of town, actually wander around a bit, just go be a ranger instead of cooped up in town, kind of thing.
Okay. Would you have Maxie follow you? Or go with you? Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, yeah, kind of want her to, well, get some better integration and all, but this is basically killing time while everyone else is doing things.
Okay, I see.
You got that, Ashra?
Yeah, I get it.
Alright. So that's basically just a permanent thing.
Nice. Already thinking of when I'm going to be able to utilize it.
Well, I mean, you know, it's you know, and you have a feeling that that's part of the theme of the Book of Wisdom.
Okay. Sorry, Necra, you're doing Tarzan things with Zorn, swinging through
That
trees.
Part of what I was offering as a potentiality.
Okay. You want to go off and hunt or scout or just run through the forest and find what you may find?
That was the offer.
Okay.
And at least once or twice hey, let's see how close we can get to this rather large and dangerous critter and without it realizing we're here.
Let's poke the bear, literally.
Potentially, yes.
Well, what does Zorn say to this offer?
So I put up the kind of pseudo grove map here. So you can head off in different directions.
Well, I
Some of
mean,
these
first
are
we gotta
land-
you jumping
some of these
ahead.
are
You didn't,
land- Oops, sorry.
you didn't get the response from Zorn yet to see if he said yes or no.
Yeah, I'm basically just so some of these are landmarks of areas, and then some of these are like where the panther, those would be hunting grounds, and then with the stag, those are places that it is normally seen and such. Those are some of the what do you call those? Groups of deer. Herd. Yes, thank you, herd. The word Spanish.
What do you call a group of animals that are together?
It would not come to me at all. So herd. So these are herd areas that you've seen. Maybe not you, but people have seen the great stag protecting these areas where these herds are and such. So yes, he has children all over the grove. The red mark is the Dwarven Road on the west.
Is the background supposed to be all green?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just green.
Okay.
It's a forest.
You said map, and I just see tokens, green background, and
Yeah, I mean, it's a representation. It's not so much a
so more of a
It is a
landmark
really-
layout.
landmark. Yeah.
It is a really dense forest.
Yeah.
Well, it is dense, and such, but not like jungle dense, but dense. So Zorn, would you take Neckar's invitation and go rangering in the woods? A rangering we go, a rangering we go.
Yeah, sure.
Which way you want to head?
ranger.
What part of the grove would you head off in?
Well,
The south is more swampy and necrotic. Not exactly necrotic, but swampy, and there's more local kind of beasties there. The west usually gets a lot of activity. Not that the grove gets these, but outside of the grove, the west gets activity and such from outside sources.
So more likely to have the new and interesting. Yeah. And kind of make the offer, well, if you're going to be bringing a bunch of folks in, might want to see some of what's around. Yeah, kind of start with the nearest herd. Just
Okay.
some of the deer are rather impressive, and some of them are rather less than impressive, I'm sure.
So you'll head off. I'm guessing like maybe in the morning you head off, or like, okay, I'm bored. Everybody's doing something. You head off during that day, and
Yeah.
camp out at night, or come back. You know.
Well, coming back is probably a better idea. And of course, also during this, stories of the silly and or stupid stunts people have pulled over, well, that Necro's actually seen, like, somebody may or may not have made the attempt to try and ride the panther, and or the stag.
They might make it back from the stag. I don't know if they make it back from the panther.
Well, this is stupid kid stunt, not.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. They'll come back with a scar.
Yeah. Well,
Very large scar.
yeah.
Not, it would be, superficial, but very like big and long, basically. So nothing that would fully injure an individual, but definitely something that they would remember. So making it off towards that one herd, it's a small herd. It usually gets hunted more often because of its close proximity to the village itself. There aren't any large deer in this group. Sometimes you would know that the larger stags would be forced out of the grove by the great stag. Not too much. It doesn't want a lot of competition, basically. But there aren't any large doe or large stags here. It's a small herd, maybe 5 doe and a few kids. I don't know I forgot what you call little ones. But anyhow, fawns. Thank you. One, you could hunt one of the does, or find out where they, maybe track them or anything like that. Where the Manicore is, that's where the cave is.
Yeah. And well, I want to go hunting. I'm like, here's what this is. Here's where that is. Hey, looky, that's new. Kind of stuff is what I'm aiming for.
Gotcha. Can I get? Let's see. Let me look at your passive perception. Is a 23.
It is.
Observant. Is that?
Yep, that's how I got that.
Man. And then does the other feat, does it do as well? Features and traits, feat, alert, initiative. Oh, okay, it's just your initiative. Okay, never mind. Okay. So that's, yeah, all right, cool. I was hoping alert didn't do anything for your passive perception as well. That's good, that's good. All right.
No,
23.
but it does make it impossible to sneak up on people who are awake.
Your initiative, and you can't be surprised. She can't be
Yeah,
surprised.
All right,
As
so
long as
with your
she's
23 passive perception, you notice some new prints trail from the panther going in a northerly direction. It looked like it might have been stalking this herd, but moved on.
Well, and kind of look at Zorn. Do you want to see one of our local guardians?
Sure.
Alright. And yeah, follow the trail.
Okay. So you follow the trail, and it comes up to a small cliff area. There's a rise that's about 25 or so feet above the below area there, where the cliff just kind of falls off, and there's a great depression here. And as you come up to the area, you examining, and you could almost feel the presence of the panther before you even get in range of detecting it with your other senses, plural. I'm laughing at myself here. You hear a guttural, loud. I can't do it correctly, but basically the call of the panther, as it is letting you know it knows you're here.
Okay. And carefully scanning the underbrush and not.
You could tell that this the call basically is coming from the cliff area. So it is most likely set up on the cliff, waiting for something to come through this area.
Yeah.
And you're coming up from behind, not in the depression. The depression is north of where your position, and the panther is in between you and that depression, sitting somewhere on the cliff, though you cannot see it.
And how clear is this? Well, is it clearing, or is it just we kind of see the depression over that way and the cliff, the rise over the other direction kind of thing?
Yeah, so it kind of rises up a little bit, as a like a hill, and it kind of goes somewhat semicircle, and between you and the crest of this hill are some trees and such, and bushes. So it could be hiding up there in the bush, or something like that.
Okay. And kind of looked to Zorn and was like, well, you could try and slip a little closer, though it might be just up one of those trees waiting for one of us to do that.
Generally, knowing the nature of animals and such, it is on the hunt, and You may be disturbing that?
Yeah.
Give me a nature roll. The both of you.
Alright.
Zorn with a 21. And Necro with a 17. Zorn, you could be a help or a hindrance.
It's probably hungry and cranky. So we should probably leave.
Alright. And so what is
You can go back the way you came, south, or you can go west or east. If you go north, you're going to run into a panther.
yeah, that's what I was thinking is, well, if we go west, we go to that cave, go east, we might be heading right back into the grove, which, several hours have passed, I'm sure, by now.
Right. It is getting, towards evening.
Hmm. Not that it makes too much of a difference, but yeah. Partially this is showing Zorn around, so I'm kind of like, which direction, and then, well, what do you want to see? Because I'm sure the Panther will make themselves known again eventually.
Yeah. A cave to the west? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, okay. And might be a dumb question, but do we happen to, while we're wandering, does something decide it wants to see if we're willing to play?
You head west to check out the cave. You see the kobolds, the red kobolds. There's 4 of them strewn about, left like trophies almost, in front of the cave entrance. They have a smell about them, but they're not overpowering. Seems something has been, like some white dust has been tossed on them as well. You enter into the cave and see a couple of places, holes that have been dug up. And it smells a little rancid. Maybe they had packed in some kill and then later on exhumed it to partake. The cave is somewhat small. You could probably fit about 10 people in it. It's not a big cave or anything like that. And that has no network that goes, delving into the Underdark or anything like that. There are a few small quills that you find scattered about the floor. Too small to be Marshall's quills. So you assume that they may be from his offspring.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's really just a small little cave, nothing of interest. Except for, oh wait, there's another something under the ground here. It smells. It smells. You can
Yeah.
dig it up.
The way we're going with that, I was almost afraid something else was going to just be there.
Zorn, what do you have? Okay, cool. All right, I'm just double checking. Alrighty. After a while, do you exhume this or just leave it there? Dig it up? No.
I'm for leaving it, but
I'm just asking questions. After a while, okay, I'm bored with this. There's nothing really. Give me a perception check, the both of you.
okay.
Zorn, what are you doing?
I tripped over my feet. Sorry. Ow.
It smells in here. Okay.
Why? I'm with the persuasion.
Oh, was that persuasion?
Hang on a second.
Sorry. Perception. My fault. Oh, goodness. All right. Maxie's been, hanging out outside and such. She really didn't like, it stinks in there. As y'all start to walk out, Maxie lets out a yelp and flies up into the tree as a large, a huge snake strikes out at her. She flies away up into the tree, barely.
This be like giant constrictor?
Yes. Something
Like-
you've seen before.
But very definitely not this close to the grove.
No.
Alright.
Snake for dinner?
Yeah. And immediately head for. Actually, I want to use. But. So, how far away? Like 15?
Oh.
20?
Yeah. Within, get ready and go.
Yeah. Actually. Draw and then bamf.
Okay.
So,
Zorn, Necra pulls her weapon,
Scimitars,
disappears,
one each.
scimitars, disappears and reappears next to the giant constrictor snake here. And go ahead and make an attack, eh? What are you going to do, Zorn? The same?
I'm going to climb a tree and draw my bow.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead and make a few attack rolls, 3 of them. Both
That's
Necra
good.
and both Necra and Zorn.
Okay, well, so. That didn't do much. Their hand. And that might have done. And final. Maybe.
AC is 12. So let's see, you got 3 hits there with the scimitar, or AC. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, you're ugly. All right, got it. All right, 7 misses. And then how many? Do you still just have 1 attack per round, or do you have multiple? Zorn. Attacks per action 2.
2.
So go ahead and give me 3 more attack rolls.
I think
Necra, what is your
all of
AC?
them.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So a few parries and sidesteps later, the 3 of you take down the large constrictor. It did strike at you, Necro, but was unable to coil you up and such with any of its strikes. Your AC is just out of reach for it.
That initial is like, yeah, do damage. Please.
So you're able to, without destroying it, mainly because the arrows sink deep, and Maxie doesn't use any poison. You come back with 30 pounds of snake meat and some rather large fangs. It didn't have poison. There's no poison gland, but it did have a set of large fangs for capturing and pulling in its prey.
Alright, so.
What's that?
Well,
30 pounds.
The 30 pounds of meat.
Yeah, 30 pounds of meat, the large constrictor meat. And as you make your way past back to the grove, you see that a trail of blood leading from where the panther was hunting towards the south, basically. Not a lot, so it's, most likely not the panther that's bleeding. Would you continue to the grove or get sidetracked?
I think this is plenty of excitement for now.
You come back, to the grove. It's evening. Callum is, in the zone and sweating away. Ashura is unfazed by anybody coming into the room and saying anything to her. She's in the tree reading away. Or are you outside the tree in the little... were you studying in the tree or outside the tree somewhere else?
In the tree, in the chair that was made for the book reading.
Yeah. Though, do remember I didn't say, you don't have to be there to read the book, I think.
Oh, I know, but that's her spot. Though she's claimed it as hers.
That's fine. That's still my spot. That's what fell. No, that didn't. I guess Zorn really doesn't have a place to lay his head.
Well, got an offer to. Well, do we have any empty places, or could just?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are a few empty places. Some people were killed during the Civil War. We found out. Mostly, it seems, some squabbles that have been festering for a long time turned into, an opportunity and such. So there are a few residences that are open. So real quick, I'm going to try to smash through some of these off downtime days. Tell them.
Yep.
Ash. Nick. Dan. Zorn. Tell them you will need 1 day of training. Nope, sorry. You've done your day of training.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend some of this day it won't take you 4 hours to have that. Day one. Will you continue helping in the armory?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Ashura, you finish your your wisdom, and in the morning, you are like, well, I can continue going or seek sleep. So that'll take some of your day. You'll kind of be on a slightly, what would you do after sleeping?
Start working on the separation of the stone.
Got it. All right. Stone. Okay. Banthor, what you gonna be up to?
I'd probably be helping Ashura.
Okay. All right.
Also, I'm gonna throw this out here. This doesn't pertain to now, but just send you a quick message. Didn't want to interrupt. Just say it.
Necra and Zorn, would y'all continue doing scouting missions? Not that we won't spend a lot of time, with that, but you can do scouting missions or other things. You notice Kellum is in the armory. Ashura and Banthor are doing research. And in the workshop, you get a glimpse, Banthor, of the artifact that John the tree is working on, and such. So you now have knowledge of the caster's battle helm. And you'll start understanding, while you're in the workshop and it's working on this, you'll get an understanding of the mechanisms behind it. So basically, at any point, you can role play through talking about that or whatever you want to do and such. Necra and Zorn, what would y'all like to do on day one while we're finishing up some armory? Oh, you have the shield, Banthor, and he's working on the scimitar and dagger.
Okay.
Do y'all wish to continue scouting, or is there other things that y'all would like to do?
Well, wouldn't mind continuing to show Zorn around, but
Okay. You show Zorn around, basically picking off where y'all left off, headed north out of the grove. You go north, and a patch of woods open up, and you remember coming to this place before. This is the clearing where the deer sometimes come and try to have dominance and such. You see the stag in his grander form. He stands about 15 hands high, if you know horse. So a little short. He bows his head to you, Necra, and looks at Zorn with a quizzitive eye. He snorts a little bit, and steam, and the heavy breath comes out. He paces back and forth a little bit, and then leaves the area. Maybe he's sizing you up, Zorn, but he doesn't seem to have any objections with you being here. Shortly after he leaves, 2 stags come rushing in, not even noticing you, and start fighting each other. After a few moments, one stag seems to have the upper hand, and actually flips the other one on its side. The one that fell down gets back up, seems to notice the 2 of you, and runs off out of the clearing. Shortly after, 3 doe come up to the stag, and he takes them out of the circle.
okay. And, well, so yeah, continue, I guess, but and still haven't. Well,
Give me a
seeing
second.
everything is going to be kind of fun. It's like,
Yeah, give me a second. I'm getting to him.
yeah. Do we have?
All right. So you head out, heading west, showing him some briar patches. These are huge patches of thorny bushes and vines and such. As you approach one, it actually opens up a little bit for you, Necra, as if the grove has some control over it. And out of this opening, a small white fox pops his head out and looks at you.
Okay. And so knowing at least a few of the tricks, like, cute. So where's the rest of you? And then I start looking further around, like, since this is the illusion ventriloquist, like, this could be an echo, this could be...
Right. Give me a perception, the both of you.
Oh, wait.
I do take into account your passive perception, so no worries. So. I just want to see if you fail, that's all, really, with your passive stinking perception. Jeez, why does it always do that? That's so silly. Necker with a 10 and 24 for, okay, cool. You barely notice them, the both of you, but standing on a limb on a tree directly above you is a white fox with smoke billowing off of him. He looks down upon you as you recognize him. He bows and then disappears. You notice him some 50 feet or so ahead of you towards the west. And he starts running.
Yeah.
Zorn, give me a investigation.
What was that?
Alright. And...
what was your investigation? I didn't look it.
4.
4?
yeah.
That weren't no regular fox, was it? Excuse me, please excuse me, I've gone into draw for a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, right. Okay. All right. You don't notice anything. Sorry, my apologies.
So yeah, Necro, like, that is one of the other guardians. And for all I'm aware of, and she will quite literally reach out to the nearest tree branch that would be large enough and looks strong enough to hold the thing.
Right.
And just start grabbing. For all that we just saw it go running off, it could be right here. And a whole lot of kids and a few older people who know much better habitually wind up chasing that. Well, chasing that one. And
you reach out and you touch not the fox, but a solid object.
okay.
Would you like to pull it away or pull your hand away?
I'm gonna pull the object that I thought was open air.
Okay. Zorn, you're going to recognize this as your mess kit.
Oh, I was wondering where I'd put that.
So she hands it over and Yes, also, the fox has a habit of doing that too. And then she will start
You'll
checking.
need to put that back on your
stuff.
character sheet. Or I can put it back on your character sheet. I took it off your character sheet. If you would have gone running after, you would not have found it. But I'll put it back on your character sheet. There we go. All right, I'm back.
And
I
also,
was gonna take his holy item, but I was like, I'm not gonna be that way. So I'll take that instead. His holy symbol. Yeah. I was like, ooh, I want to take the holy symbol. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Let's do something else. Okay. So the mess. So it stole the mess kit for a moment, and since you didn't go running after it, you didn't lose it.
yeah, and
A lesson learned.
yes, mischievous, annoying, and more than a few times someone's thought they were hunting something else.
So basically,
Yeah.
you'll spend the next the rest of the day going through the grove, showing them various places, hunting grounds where other herds are. Dadgum, that word. And such. And so y'all spend the day getting familiar with the grove. You might see the fox every once in a while, kind of laughing at you, but only at a distance and such. Okay. I'm going to give you some information, but later. Not about today, though, and such. The next day comes around. You've gotten the shield. Still working on the scimitar. You continue on the armory. Would you... Let's see. With Drimp's help and his son, you're able to finish up with forming most of the armor. He's going to do the measurements and fine-tuning, which will take him a day to do that. And then he says the helm is going to take some time to do. What is the AC of the full plate?
Plate armor, let me pull it back up. 18.
Okay. Without the helm, it would be 17.
Okay.
Just in case you decide, to leave before that's finished. So, though tomorrow, today he's working on the scimitar and the dagger. The scimitar will be done, and then tomorrow the dagger will be done. So it just depends on how long you want to keep going. So, today you help finish forming as much as you can, and then start working. Do you want to start working on some of the weapons?
Yeah, I'll
like
help
in the
with
last
weapons.
part of your day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming that because it is made out of the composite, it'll still essentially be mithril, the same way we did the half plate one.
Correct. Yeah. Excuse me. Ashura and Banthor, you come up with a solution for removing the stone, though you're sure that it's going to cause some kind of thunder damage or, explosive force. Are there any tricks that you would like to use, because there is a possibility of being damaged by this thunder?
anybody know a silent spell?
A silent spell? That is Cleric Ranger spell. Oh, it is a ritual spell.
Okay.
So it is a ritual
How long
spell.
does it? How long does it take to put a ritual in your book, Panther?
That I'm not sure. Am I able to just? I don't think I can swap those out on the fly.
So you would copy it, and it costs a certain amount of GP to write it. You know, just like a wizard with special inks and stuff. So pretty much the same way of copying a spell into a spell book.
And then how long does that normally take? An hour or?
For wizards, it's an hour times the level of the spell.
All right. So hearing your need for a silent, the upgraded workshop spits out a ritual for you. So you can. I don't know exactly how. Do you know how to mechanically Ashra put that into his spellbook, or does he just need to make a note?
When you, I've got it here.
Yeah, he should be able to add it in there on his character sheet. Yeah, so just once you add that invocation, then you should be able to add the ritual spells into it. So just look for silence.
Yeah. It says it takes 2 hours and 50 gold to transcribe it.
Okay.
Which I do not have. So.
Let's see.
Well, again, the 50 gold is just the inks and stuff that they would use. So.
So basically, you can go find some inks. There are. Let's see. Ashra. What's his name again? Your friend,
the satyr?
Yes.
Sharpell.
Sharpell. There we go. Sharpell. You know that Sharpell is, one of the merchants and such there. He takes care of things like that. So he has knowledge of who has what. He's glad to see you, and even with Banthor's presence, maybe he's still a little flirty and such. Not too overt, but he compliments on your attire, even though you seem to be busy at work. He notices, maybe the ink on Banthor's fingers or something, as he's been, maybe making notes and on yourself as well, and maybe a slightly tired look upon yourselves doing the studies. He knows of somebody that has some inks that you could use, and he asks you to give him a moment, and he'll go procure those for you. After about an hour or so, he comes back, and looking a little disheveled, hands you the ink.
Oh, thank you,
That was
Sharpell.
a little bit more difficult than I expected, but if you don't mind, I need to go freshen up. Thank you.
Thank you.
You notice that he's a little rattled.
What did he have to do? She's wondering what he did.
Give me a insight.
Okay. Let's see. Insight. I can do that. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Nope, not that one.
No, he has problems looking you in the eye.
It's weird. Oh! Okay. She's like, thanks, Sharpel. I owe you one. Please, whenever you need something, let me know.
Am I there as well?
Yes.
I'm gonna give them 15 gold and say I hope it didn't take too much effort to obtain these.
No, the snake people are quite willing. No, yeah, it's fine. My lady, and bows and retreats quickly.
Okay. She'll hand the inks over to Bathor.
Thank you.
We should go back and get this done.
After a few hours of scribing, Banthor, you have the ritual. I think it takes 11 minutes to cast it, or something like that. 10 minutes. If that's
10
enough.
minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. All right. So basically, it should be contained within the spear. It cancels out any thunder and such.
We will be at the training grounds also.
Also, anybody in the silence field is immune to thunder damage, so as long as we're in it, we should be good.
I need both of you to give me an Arcana as you finish the ritual and separate the stone from the dagger.
Okay.
All right with y'all. I got some sick new physical dice that I want to use.
I can't blame you for that. Oh,
First official roll. Please be
Side
good.
note, Ashra does leave a note for Sharpel. I'll send it to you later.
All right.
Dice, why have you forsaken me? That is, you said Arcana?
Arcana.
That's a 6.
Okay.
Jeez. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, that's a 16.
16. Okay. All right. What I was looking for was 2 failures. So you only had 1, so you're good. At least 1 success, basically. A little bit of lightning crackles between the stone and the dagger, and then with a pop, you feel kind of like a push, from what might have been the thunder exploding. And you now have the stone in one hand and the dagger in the other, without any repercussions.
Sweet.
And
And the stone is just now a power stone now that it's separated from the dagger.
It is the groom's wedding ring.
Right.
Yep.
So the basically the
groom's wedding ring of lightning. Sorry.
what am I- so the dagger no longer holds the mirage property. That's what I'm saying. That whole thing.
Correct.
Okay. But it still remains a +3 dagger?
It is a +2 dagger.
+2 dagger. Okay. Alright. So then can change the just add a +2 dagger. Oh. And then considering that we're still in silence and she's holding the stone in one hand and the dagger in the other, and she looks at Beth. goes to say something and
Put
And
my
then
put my
wait.
hand to my ear.
crosses her arms, starts tapping her foot.
But at any point, you can, mark the ritual and, drop it, basically. I think is what he's trying to do.
I know.
Well, okay.
Just
Waits
I just
for
let out a big
Waits
silent
for a
laugh, and then drop it.
As soon as it drops, she pokes him with the butt end of the dagger.
Come on, you don't like to test things, and I just got this fancy new spell.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. So, successful with no damage to either of us.
Right.
She's going to pack those things away. Yeah. But we can inform the rest that whenever they're ready, we can head out back to the undead city.
Alright, sounds like a plan. We'll send on back.
We do that.
Necrozorn, y'all do some more hunting, scouting. You start to the east and run across a large poisonous toad. It is near this pool and the swamps.
Is this the same one?
No, it has different markings, but same species.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit smaller, but yeah. It doesn't seem to recognize you or see you. It seems to be searching around, maybe hunting. Don't know.
Yeah. Well, and this is something that you've been here, like you're supposed to be.
No.
Or yeah. Okay.
No,
Just
this.
making sure
Yeah,
before I.
yeah. This is a. You're pretty sure this is an invasive species.
All right, and let's see, which do I want to use? Oh, I'm gonna be a bit of a butt.
I love.
Which way do I want to kill this thing?
No, it's how do I want to kill this thing?
So,
And
which way?
let's see. Check the fletching. Hot. Stick. Well, warm. Warm, tingly. Kind of oily. Cold.
Cold, freezing.
Fire one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Using the 4 directions, cold arrow.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Give me a roll there. We'll see if it flies off into the nether. Yeah. Oh my.
Yes, it is.
The 4 winds strike again. 1 arrow right between the eyes, and the frog freezes solid. Now you have a frog sickle pop. Frog popsicle? I don't know. Frog popsicle. I don't know. How do you want to say that?
Right, and as I'm retrieving the arrow, I'm like, I don't know where these keep coming from, but they're a new wrinkle, because They're not supposed to be here.
Hmm.
And the first time we saw one, any of us saw one of these, as far as I know, was when the chick you saw a couple days ago that, well, actually, like, Far Yen was still running around being in charge of things and being a pain. So there is
Do you remember what?
connection.
Do you remember what this symbol for the god of destruction was?
Yeah, also, symbol was a toad. So,
Poison toad. Beefs.
Do you want to take the popsicle with you?
bring it back to town? Yes.
So you spend the day, what?
I would drop this off with, I do believe, Gorman.
Okay, great. Yes. So you drop it off with Gorman and let him know what's going on, where you found it. And he says he'll start forming more parties to search that area and make sure that, nothing, find any more poisonous toads.
Alright.
Banthor, put a +1 scimitar on your character sheet if you can. If not, give me. I'll help you out. Oh, you already got it.
Yeah, I
And-
pre-put stuff on there and then just wipe out when like it's being worked on, so I can't use it, and then I move it to
right.
inventory.
Okay. So you have the scimitar in your possession, and then tomorrow you'll have the dagger in your possession.
Okay.
If you spend, by the end of the day, if you spend another day, so.
I think spending another day is fine, just to make sure we all have, like, Killam has his full suit, make sure he has his full suit. Banthor has both weapon items, so we're ready to go. We take the time.
Okay. Let's see. Spend another day. Kellum, give me a intelligence check. Right.
5.
You are learning, blacksmithing, basically. If you continue in this path, you'll have it as a proficiency.
Okay.
Nice.
As a tool proficiency. Because you spent 3 days basically hammering it out and such under the tutelage of Grimp and his son. Generally speaking, it's like I think it's an 8-day process, if I remember correctly. So, I was just seeing if I could speed that up for you, but on a 5,
I have no bonus to intelligence right now.
yeah, that's fine.
You could use your inspiration.
At this point, I feel like I probably should. It doesn't look like we're going to get into any other situation.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything else.
Yeah.
I'll use it. Oh, that was not.
That's good.
Even better. All right. Okay. Ashura and Banthor, do you want to research how to finish the ritual?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can do that.
So at the end of the day, you figure out how to finish the ritual. It is to call a celestial being down. Most likely an angel or being of great power that is aligned with him. T-Y T-H-Y T. How do you? Tyr.
Yeah. Here. Okay.
Okay.
What y'all remember of Tyr is that he is the god of justice. And what was the other one? Hold on. T-Y. Yeah, that's it. T-Y.
Oh, okay. Justice, war,
Right.
law.
Yeah, justice, law, and war. Make sure. Nope. Where is it? Just double checking my notes. Oh, that's not it. Oh, up here. Okay, here we go. Justice, law, and honor. There we go. So it will summon some angel or angel-like being from Tyr, and you do a little bit more research and find out that Tyr is a god of justice, law, and honor. Tell him you doing the armory thing, and they finish up the dagger. So basically, what we'll do is, whatever you roll an attack on your beast form, we'll add a +1 to the damage and attack roll, and it will be able to bypass magic resistance.
So it makes his stuff, makes his attack magical.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And gives it a +1.
Right, on damage and attack.
+1 natural weapons is basically what that turns into.
Right. Yeah. Jeez.
Nice.
Grimp says, if you give me a day, I can finish up your armor outside of the helm.
Actually, I might need to talk to you about the armor.
Okay.
I think I've made a terrible mistake.
Well, why is that?
No dex bonus on head.
Mithril.
It
Well,
still doesn't give you a
it's-
dex bonus. Mithril
it does-
negates the dex penalties.
Oh.
Yeah, Mithril makes it so you don't have any disadvantage on stealth check.
Yeah, I guess I was reading the medium armor, and I wasn't reading the heavy armor.
Heavy armor doesn't give a dex bonus, it's a flat bonus.
Even if it's mithril?
Even if it's mithril. So anything from chain up to plate are flat. So 16, 17, or 18.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
Chain
can,
16, split 17, plate is 18.
the other idea I've got will still probably take as much time with the whole crafting and everything.
Okay, what's the other
so-
idea?
Well, do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to talk about it later and still handle everybody else's stuff? Because I don't know how long it'll take us to discuss it. Okay. So I was thinking of, instead of like filling it out to full plate, using the materials instead to turn it into a +2.
Okay.
And that would put it at a +2 would put it at a 17 AC. So I'm not getting that 18, but then I get my bonus. So I'm still better off there in the number category, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I missed it when I wasn't testing the armors out. I was just like, oh look, there's the AC, the base AC I want.
Right.
In my head, I was adding all my bonuses, but they don't get added.
And I was thinking that the mithril would supersede that. So that's what I knew that, but I thought the mithril would supersede it. So that's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Not this edition.
Yep, not this. Just takes away that disadvantage.
I'm also trying to figure out, maybe somebody knows, when I put on armor, even if it's medium armor, it's decreasing my dexterity bonus from 3 to 2.
Correct.
You only get a max of +2 dex bonus unless you take medium armor master, which then gives you a +3.
So I have to get the
dex.
master feat. Okay.
Yeah, you would have to get that feat to let it bump it to 3. But it can only be a max of 3 you get from dex if you get that feat.
So
2 if you know.
even if I go up to, say, a dexterity of 20, I would still
even
only ever get 3.
Yep. With medium armor, you can only ever get 3. Light armor lets you get the whole dex mod. Medium caps you at 2 or 3. And heavy is 0 dex mod.
Okay. Well, I gotta
The other idea I have is make it into a shield.
that kills my combat style.
It kills the 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, 2-weapon fighting. Got it.
And I got all those. I got a couple of feats already for the 2-weapon fighting that would then.
You're right.
Be worthless, yes.
Are you still adding the +1 from 2 weapon? Oh wait, did you get dual wielding?
Yeah, I got dual wielding, so I get the +1 from the 2-weapon fighting. But
As long as you're wielding 2 weapons.
even so, what I was expecting was to get at least about a 20 or 21 by going to the plate, and I only get 19 because of the 2-weapon fighting. So that's when I started looking at that. I was like, oh no, I've made a horrible mistake. The reality of it, I was only getting, spending all this time and material on this new armor, and I was getting a 1 increase to my AC, which was not what I was going for.
Right. So that being the case, what does you're basically using, melee weapons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going up front, I'm tanking, which is why I'm trying to increase my AC.
Right. Okay. So, the player didn't realize this was happening, but the character Kellum would know that heavy armor would do this instead.
That's what I was hoping.
Got it. That being the case, you would know that having a high dexterity isn't going to help you past medium armor unless you get that feat. I'm willing to allow you to reroute your dex score to Constitution and give you more hit points. Drop it to 14 so you get the +2, so you're not losing that +1. The only thing the +1 helps you with is a few of your, dex-based skills, and your dex saving throw.
Well, I mean, I am, now that I know about the medium armor master, plan to get that now.
Okay, no, that's great. I was just trying to, long term, you would have
Yeah.
thought about that and stuff. So, but if you want to go, and I like medium armor, that feat master is a good feat. I've taken it on quite a few of my characters. So, yeah, it's it's definitely something to look forward to.
So right now, my plan, the only thing I got to figure out is, am I going to take blind fight first or medium armor master first? And the next time I get to choose a feat. That is, if I can do the mithril +2 thing.
Gotcha.
And if not, if that's too much, or maybe a +1, but if that's not in the cards, then Callum would still work in the forge to help him, but he wouldn't make any changes to his armor at this point.
Okay, so as it stands, it's a mithril +1. Okay.
No. As technically not. I was putting that on there to test. What he has right now is mithril half plate. As far as mechanics go, that's what he has. Is mithril half plate. The half plate +1 is just there for me to test the numbers before I start asking questions.
Gotcha. I don't mind going to a +1 with that.
Okay.
For the for that large plate of material, yeah, and your time.
All right, well, that's what he'll do for now. Then instead of going to full plate, he'll get a +1 on his half plate, and then he'll like before, he'll continue helping with the weapons and everything as well.
Okay. That'll take less time to do. So, with your help, you're able to, go through a lot of those swords that you gave. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I'll find out the exact number later. I have it written down. So you're able to go through those swords and finish that up for him. And then he'll have the time. Yeah. So he'll ramp with there, and then there, and there. Okay, cool. All right. So he'll finish up the armor for you on this last day here. They'll figure out how to do the ritual. What else, Ashura, excuse me, and Banthor, you figured out how to do the ritual. What else would y'all like to do? Would you do any other studies on something else? You do have the ability to make greater healing potions. Is that the next step up? Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You have the ability to make greater healing potions in the workshop. Or you could do other studies or other things. I'm going to let y'all think about that just for a second. Necrozorn, y'all continue your sweep of the grove, not finding anything out of the ordinary, no other beasties that you don't like and such. So you are able to come around with a panther, basically, its lair. There we go. And you're able to see the panther. It recognizes that you're, there, and actually stands up and kind of starts grooming itself, showing off its grandeur. It's not a panther. This is a giant panther, Zorn. You've never seen a cat-like creature so large. You're quite relieved that you didn't go and disturb it while it was hunting and such. And it turns and looks at the both of you, licks its lips, and then kind of settles back down and takes a nap.
Yeah. And as an aside, as we're leaving, I was like, and would you believe that there are people dumb enough to try and ride that thing?
The kind that haven't seen 10 winters yet.
True.
Vance, go ahead.
I have some stories to tell you about new recruits and dragon shit. And dragon shit.
I'm sure.
And everybody always needs a bath after I tell that story, though.
Banthor, your helm is finished.
He's like, finally, I can put acknowledge it on my sheet.
It comes with 6 halos, and what's your proficiency?
I believe it is 3 at the moment.
Okay. So you can utilize 3 of those halos. So you can give 3 people one of these halos. They can put it on the wrist, armband, leg, or put it as a torque on their neck.
Okay.
It does not, for them, it doesn't cost an attunement or anything. It just kind of forms around tightly and then basically gives you a bio read on their stats. So you can see their general health and well-being and any conditions that they're under. Who would you like to give, if anybody, one of these 2 or 3 of these 2? I'm gonna step away just for a second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. I remember something defensible about this. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a few things to read through there.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's resistance. Okay. Yeah, I'd give one to Kellum. Ashura. And probably give it to Necra. If they accept it.
What is it?
So it's basically a halo that you can put on your person somewhere, and it basically allows me to get a read on your vitals, and also there are a couple of abilities I can use. One of them is I can give action surge, I can give resistance to damage type, true sight, and give somebody true sight, or the pretty much what the amulet against detection was doing, which can't be magically perceived.
Yeah.
It's ways to buff us.
Yeah. Kellum will accept.
Joshua won't accept.
And Necro definitely accepts, but he... Silly little question, does it also provide Banthor with a method of tracking those that are wearing them?
Within a 120 foot radius, I believe it is, he can use your line of sight for casting spells.
So if you're within 120 feet, you can see through them? See through it? See through our eyes?
Basically, not exactly see through them, but yes, like, if he knows that there's a target somewhere in your vision, he can use your vision for his line of sight.
Okay.
And that being the case, he kind of knows, can get a ping on where you're at and such. So.
Yeah, but not necessarily like GPS, just
right. Like, I know he's over there. Yeah.
Right. Within that radius, like, I know you're over there, but once you go out of that field, it's like, where'd you go?
So,
and then that's just
to wander off for per se.
I'll just know. Necro's gone.
Yeah. if you go out of the radius, it's just like, well, Necros went dark. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Is there a communication between the halos and the helmet? Wait, you have telepathy. So can they like telepath to us through the
that is also a possible. Since he knows the general area, yes, he could use, telepathy to go. Yeah, I know you're over there. Hey, do you hear me?
Yeah, I have to see the target. So if I LOS to the person and then just look at their hand, like, all right, I see you.
Yeah.
Now I think my telepathy's only 60 feet, but yeah, you can be hiding and I can still talk to you.
Cool. Sounds good.
So yeah, I'm slapping that bad boy on.
Yeah. This is a mixture of technology and magic. It comes along with the data pad that you will basically strap to your inner arm somewhere, or something like that. That's what you'll use to give people the action surge.
So basically giving Kellum 2 action surge.
Yeah, it's it does have some randomness to it. It's not exactly like, Kellum, you get an action surge. Yeah, it's basically like, I don't know, did I put that all in there? Let me look at it again.
A random halo wearer.
Yes, there we go. Okay, cool. So you'll hold on, data pad. Spend a bonus action analyzing for a round. The next round, a random halo wearer can receive the action surge.
Okay. Random.
But you can extend that, basically. If you don't want to give it to Kellum that turn, you can hold on to that. It doesn't take an action or anything. It's basically, or how about this? Okay. Let me get my thoughts again. You do the bonus for analyzing the battlefield, basically. The next turn, a random, I'll roll a d6, and whoever it lands on, you'll have the opportunity to give them the action surge. If you don't want to give it to them, then you can wait and just say, next turn, or okay, I want to give it to them now and such. If you don't give it to them on the next turn, it'll just take like a reaction. So like, okay, so at any point, actually, you can give that action surge. So the analyzing is from the start of that round to the start of your next round. So after you get the analyze, your next turn you can, hey, kill him, or hey, you, whatever. You got an action surge, or you can hold on to it and use your reaction, and then at any moment you can give them an action surge, which sometimes is a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay.
I will modify the rules so that it's written in there. But that's basically like you can use it next turn, or hold on to it, spin a reaction, and give it to them whenever you want.
Okay.
Still that same person. Yeah, I think it would still just do that same person. Does that make sense, or is that too complicated, or?
No, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay. And then the helm itself has 10 charges. Some of these actions take a charge to use. So the helm, the true sight takes a charge. Okay. The amulet takes a charge. One second. Yeah, it's not written on there, but it should. So, okay, a few things I need to change. Sorry. Using the amulet of detection, the proof against, is going to take a charge. The data pad just takes a bonus action. The true sight takes a charge. The cash is a maintain. Okay, and then you just have to be maintaining a spell to do the resistance. So that's the caveat for the resistance, is you have to be concentrating on a spell or have just cast a spell.
Okay.
But that doesn't cost a charge. All right. And then of course it jacks up your wisdom, and you get a bonus on your perception.
This is something that can be taken out of the grove. It's not grove locked.
Yes. No. This is his. He has to. He does have to attune to it. But yeah. So now, Vanthor has a 20 passive perception and a 17 passive insight. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it. It didn't change that. It didn't change. Well, it did a little bit because of the wisdom bonus. So.
Yeah, I've got a plus 10 to just active perception checks.
Yep.
And I've got alert, so
yeah,
I think we're good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I think we've gone through all the BS. We've got all the pieces of armor. We got not BS. My apologies. Not to say that it's BS. The prep. There we go. I know it's been an arduous session here. So I have plenty of fun things when you summon the angel. So
It's
Next
fine.
next session will be quite exciting and such. So to hopefully make up for that and such. But we are getting ready for quite a bit of fun. That being said, you're gonna need some of this stuff, so I don't mind giving it to you. Let's see. Did y'all want to work on? You have like 1 day left, basically, or you can spend more time. But pretty much everything has been given to you. Is there anything I've missed?
So I
Well,
can do.
there's a couple of things that have. I'm hoping we find,
Okay.
because I don't think we're gonna be able to make them here in town.
Okay. You have a wish list?
Yes, well, one of them is the Moonbeam Chainmail.
All right. I heard somebody saying something about that.
Yeah.
Doing.
Yeah, it's not for Necra, it's for Banthor. And yes, I know what that sounds like. And when you look at it, you'll understand why he'll even be able to use it. The other is actually for Maxie.
Okay.
Midnight Studded Leather. And I wish it actually went higher than Studded Leather as far as what kinds of armor.
All right. I'll look at it.
Midnight study.
Anything else? People have been looking for a wish list. I know, Kellum, you're trying to figure out how to be more tanky and such.
At this point, it's going to be the feat and then getting that armor upgraded to +3 or +2. At some point.
How many things do you have attuned, Kellen?
Attuned? Just 2 things. Let me find it. There it is. I got the Ring of Fire Resistance and my Vine Grip Shard Longsword.
An item that could be looked for or tried to be. This is a high item, but you could try to look for an animated shield. Could be a wish list thing. It's a very rare, but it's a shield that's hands-free and it floats around you.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Yeah. I
Hands
figured
free.
since he said animated, sounds like a dancing sword.
Yeah. So it floats around you. You get the benefits of a shield. You know that +2 to AC, but both hands are free.
Okay.
So you can keep your dual wield and have that dual wield bonus also.
Well, that could be. This could be nasty. Get that master heavy armor and this. That's another 3 AC.
So that's usually good for someone who's dual wielding or rangers, you know, because 2 hands to use a longbow. So,
Yeah, it's too bad you can only get one of them at a time.
Yeah, looks like a
3 attunement slots, 3 shields.
Ooh, nasty.
Fly! Boink! Boink!
yeah,
Boink.
you can only. It's the reason they put that you can only benefit from 1 shield.
Yeah, it'd be your own shield wall.
Ooh, would this? Okay. So I'm thinking about another character now, just because. Would this shield also count as the kind that you could use in the defensive fighting style?
I don't see why not.
Protected. So like he could Marvu could go dual wielding now with an animated shield and still be like, oh nope, I'm imposing disadvantage on the attack that you made against my partner here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because as long as you have the shield, and yeah, the shield is still there with you, so you could still interpose it.
Yeah. So this is good for both characters. I'm going to put it on both of their wish lists.
There you go. You're welcome.
I'm so glad that you like know all the things of D&D. I'm still
Right.
learning. But this is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, Ken is very knowledgeable.
Yeah. I try to think of things that would best help out the group. So if we're looking for certain items. Or can wish list it at least. Still looking for that bag, by the way.
Bag of holding. What?
Yeah.
Always.
You know it always gotta have a bag every group, every game.
Yeah. The only reason we got it in the other games because we used real world money to buy it in game.
Yeah, they're fairly cheap, you know,
One of those-
as magic items go.
Yeah. No, I'm still looking at the other games. Like it's so much like an MMO. It's like Dungeons and Dragons Online. The way you describe everything.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to make it more gamey, and it's just
Yeah.
having fun.
So how much do I got to PayPal you to get AC 30?
I know, right? You can kill a necro over there.
Well, that's the thing. Is it AC 30 or is it AC negative 10? Which edition are we playing again? Yeah. Just. Yes, I know. It's annoying that I bring up previous editions every once in a while. But.
No worries.
Yeah. Sometimes the previous editions were better, especially for the Dark Elves and their sight.
Or at least they weren't so restrictive. Yeah. Also, balance between weapons and armor was actually better as far as item rarity.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it for what I can think of.
Uh-huh.
As far as what we do last battle, you want to craft some potions, or did you have something else in mind to kind of wrap it up?
Yeah, basically that's what I was looking for. Y'all two have a day that y'all can do stuff like that.
Yes, assuming that's light enough work to be included in a short rest, because I do want to attune to the helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just make some potions.
Okay. And Ashura?
I mean, I can either assist with the potions, or I could take that day to start reading the second wisdom.
Okay.
If he doesn't need any help, or there's no benefit to helping, then I can just
Well, there
start.
there would be benefits. You could make more.
Yeah, then I would assist with that crafting.
Okay. Crafting. Okay. Do you have any items like poison glands or special organ or anything like that?
We had some poison glands from the snake, the first giant restrictor. I don't think we used those yet.
I'm not sure if all of these, like I recorded this at one point, but I'm not sure if it,
Okay, bye everybody.
Later, bud.
Um, I'm seeing 3 beast bones, 2 copper snake fangs, 3 paralysis quills, and 2 copper snake poison glands.
Okay. With the poison glands, you can make 4 greater healing potions. And I will also, I believe you gave me to look after the herbs that you had in the warehouse.
Yeah, so I've got 0 of everything on my person.
Okay, cool. All right. So. All right. Okay. Alrighty. So with the 2 glands, you can make 4 greater healing potions, and then I took the herbs off from there. Though you have quite a bit of herbs, people have been gathering them and such. One of the things that Sarabella did in place that actually was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Make those 4 graders, and do you want me to keep recording the non-herbs in my pouch?
I'll keep what we have here, and then whatever you pick up and stuff like that, we can, jump onto that.
Okay.
But you've got, but you have like 38, of A, 52 of B, and like 78 of the one that can be used for both. So not a problem. You've got plenty of herb materials. More of the healing, less of the healing stuff. A good bit of the poisonous stuff, and a good bit of the herbs that you can use for either one.
More greater. Can we get some holy water mixed to it?
Oh, yeah. Let me. Okay. So you used a lot of the general herb for the holy water, so that's going to take that down to 38. And you have. Let me roll a d6. One vial of holy water. Sorry.
All right. Well, we have.
How about we do 2? 1d6 plus 1. You have 2 vials of holy water. There we go.
Okay.
When you leave, do you want Marceau the Manticore to go with you?
No.
Yeah.
We want to keep Marshall and what were the other wardens? Because our thing was to keep at least 3 in the grove.
Okay.
So Marshall would have to stay for that.
Right. I'm thinking. Sorry. Okay. The one known as L. The chief of the centaurs.
It's 3. Okay.
And Ananaka. Ananaka is the birdman.
So that's 4?
No. So that's those.
Oh, that's three.
Yeah, those three plus the Manicore.
That's three plus three. So 4 in total.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marshall could come with us. But
the caveat of this is L only says yes and no, and that's only with a nod, basically.
Is that the silent?
Yes. Silent.
She sleeps
Archer?
for- yeah.
Yeah. Silent.
Archer. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, huh? Then I was like, oh, the silent one that drunk all of Ashura's stuff.
Right.
And sleeps it off for like people don't see her for a few years and like
Yeah.
yeah.
She's known to go and hibernate. Yeah.
She kind of goes into a hibernation or a torpor state.
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably best to leave Marshall there.
Okay.
So we can have 3 active words.
Yeah.
Plus, I wouldn't want to pull him away from his little one right at this time.
Yeah, he would go, but he would go reluctantly.
Yeah, considering especially what just happened and stuff, I would think he wouldn't want to separate his little one at this time. So.
Maxie does offer her services, of course, to Necra. She says that she's willing to, follow him. She's taking care of some issues with her sisters, and now she has more agency and free time.
Mm-hmm. And Necra, like, sure, fine, and thieves can't. Well, like, if any loot we don't see you wander off with is yours. And right in front of everybody else, like, just so they know that Necra just said something.
Oh, I gotcha. Like, using thieves can't, but, not making it,
Okay.
Not trying to hide the fact that I just
not try to
basically...
hide it, yeah.
If you take something, make sure it's something that won't be missed. Okay? That's all Asha will say. If it's something of importance, then don't bother it. Coins and trinkets are one thing, but we don't want to go into a territory and you take something that could cause issues.
Who, me? I don't cause issues.
Right. Sure you don't.
Well, Necra has allowed me to come, so I'm not going to do anything that's going to harm our relationship. Isn't that right, Necra?
And Necra holds out her hand and is like,
I was just holding on to it.
yeah. And it's just like, another day, another thing that just went.
She hands you over a simple water flask.
Yeah, like, basically, I was looking for, like, something small and, like,
Yeah.
Well,
The holy, there's a flask of holy water she seemed to have absconded with.
Yeah, something like that.
See, that's what I mean. That would be something of importance.
Well,
Guys, I
I
gotta
was interested. Yo. What's up?
I gotta go.
All right. You have a good one. We'll meet back on the 23rd.
All right, sounds good.